Great. So we've looked at the video and we've seen pictures of what's going on, but let's delve in a little bit more depth and educate ourselves about actually the device that we're talking about today. Once again, this is a manual pump made by Owen, and this is going to be the pump portion of it, and you can see how this actually is applying a suction directly against my hand. And what's important about these devices is to understand that they have safety built into it. So this is going to be the vacuum release button that you can press if you want to immediately reduce that the vacuum and suction that you're applying to your penis. And that's important to have as a backup and as a safety for you. This is the penile tube. The pump, which we'll put on shortly, will be attached in this area. You can see that there are grooves in the side, and it will basically fit in into that area and screw on. Once again, in terms of the transfer sleeve, which is here, there are two sizes of transfer sleeves. And as you can see here, there's different girths of the transfer sleeve that you can utilize for your best fit. And the point of the transfer sleeve, remember, is for you to be able to put the constriction ring on easily after you've been able to obtain that, that erection using the device. So we'll lower our camera here so you can see a little bit more easily. And remember, there are different bands that come according to different sizes. These all come with any device that you get, so you can get the right penile girth measurement. In terms of using the band, these are the two parts that you can use to stretch the band to be able to open up the opening, to be able to put it onto the transfer sleeve. For some patients, they find that they are it's easier for them to put it just directly over in this manner. For some patients, they might find it easier to use the transfer cone. The transfer cone just fits on the top and then allows the individual to have a graduated way to put the band over onto the device. For some patients, it may be challenging to do that based on hand dexterity. However, that's a small number of patients. Using some lubrication can help you to put that better on more easily. So once we have the constriction ring on the transfer sleeve, then is our opportunity to go ahead and put the pump on. I prefer not to put the pump on yet because often it's easiest to do this on a solid surface so that you have something to push against when you're putting that sleeve onto the transfer sleeve. So now we're going to go ahead and connect our device together, and then we're going to twist so that we have the appropriate connection here so that we can develop a good suction. One of the most important things is this portion is what's going to be pressing against your abdomen and which you're going to put your penis into. Sometimes in order to get good contact against your abdomen, you may need to do some grooming of the pubic hair to be able to get a better, more skin-to-skin contact. However, that may vary per individual. The devices do come with gel, and this is just standard gel. In case you needed any additional ones, you could use any one that you have. However, remember the gel can help you to slide the constriction band over the onto the transfer sleeve using the cone. But you also want to use the gel in order to have a nice airtight suction against your skin. So you might want to, and will benefit from using some of that lubricating gel around the outside of the transfer sleeve, but also on the inside of the transfer sleeve as well. So now you can imagine this device is all set up. Many patients like to just keep it prepared because they want sexual activities to be spontaneous, and they don't want to have to go set anything up in preparation for sexual activity. So many patients will keep their device just like this, ready to go, and when the time for sexual activity comes, they can simply put it on and then pump into action. So let's go ahead and see here. This would be against the abdomen, and then this would apply that suction, drawing the penis into the penile tube, obtaining that erection. So remember, that's the part that's going to bring blood into the penis so that the individual can get the erection. Remember, the second portion is that now that the blood is in, we have to keep it inside. So we have to get this constriction band onto the base of the penis. And once again, the base of the penis is the portion of the penis that sits closest to the abdomen or closest to the body. This will happen typically in two ways. Some individuals will be able to just slide this off the transfer sleeve and onto their penis. Some individuals may have to use more of a two-handed technique to pull this off onto their penis. So this is one of the scenarios where 100% this can be done by a single individual by themselves. However, some patients may benefit or even prefer because they like to have their partner involved in their sexual activity and make it part of the foreplay, for example, and have their partner perhaps hold the device or slide the ring off or whatnot, whatever suits the sexual activity that you're looking for. So once this is over the penis, then the individual can then continue with the sexual activity that they're looking for. And once they've achieved that sexual activity, they can then slide it off and they will lose their erection. So one of the good things about the constriction device, as we discussed in the vacuum device, is that it's going to help patients with all different types of erectile dysfunction, whether it comes from issues with nerves and their signaling, whether it's an issue with not being able to get enough blood inside, the vacuums can be able to draw it in. Some patients have the challenge of not having enough blood staying in the penis. That's where the ring will be able to help to keep it inside. And some patients even have a combination of all of those, which is causing their erectile dysfunction. One of the other good things is about using a ring and being able to keep the blood inside of the penis is that often when people climax, they're going to lose their erection naturally when they have a natural erection. But using the ring is going to help people to be able to sustain their erection, even though that they may climax to be able to achieve their goals. As once again, though, as we recommend not using it for 30 minutes to help to minimize the side effects of the device as well.